My name is Sasha Pimentel, and I have an MFA in poetry from 2007.
Hi, my name is Jeffery Gleaves. I earned my MFA from Fresno State in 2014. I believe that's when I got the certificate. And I did creative nonfiction while I was at Fresno State.
My name is Navdeep Singh Dhillon, and I graduated from Fresno State in 2006 with my MFA in creative writing fiction.
Faculty member was Corinne Clegg Hales, or our beloved Connie Hales, as we all know her. My favorite memory about her is not really a singular memory, but is a pastiche of memories about one thing that she used to say all the time. In workshops, she would always say, this poem is close to what it wants to be.
My faculty mentor was Stephen Church. His common refrain with me and my cohort was like, yeah, go do it.
I studied with Lisa Wieland and Steve Yarborough, who I love. Steve Yarborough specialized in Southern fiction, in short stories and novels. I really loved his classes.
And that memory is really important to me because this idea that something can have an organic form that comes from its linguistic demands, and like that a subject has its own demands, and that as a student you might be able to find that form, and in so doing reveal your subject. Like, I've kept that lesson close to me since in what I ask of each of my poems. I use Connie to remember that there's a saturation and a want of being in each poem, and that it's my job as a writer to find that in language, that which can arrive closely to what it wants to be.
At a bar after a reading, we'd have some crazy idea for, a new reading series or something we could do with the normal school. And whether he was saying it in earnest and sort of giving us the license and the, confidence to go, put this together ourselves, or it was said very sarcastically, like, yeah, sure, you should do that. It was just a great learning opportunity, both confidence building and how to navigate something like a university.
It was really interesting because I've never really heard of the South much in literature. I didn't really read it in high school, and most of my background was in like Russian fiction and Indian American fiction and fiction from India, and a lot of like Asian literature. So it was interesting just how he tackled, like all of the short stories he was writing, they were all in one particular place. So I found that really fascinating, and I drew a lot from that, and then Russian writers I think into as well. So it's very interesting.
But I would be remiss too not to mention Stephen Church. I was really privileged to get to take a nonfiction course with him, and he wrote like on my draft, what is at risk here? Like in a great way. And that's the ultimate question I always ask of my own students in every single workshop. What's at stake? Where does it wound? Where's the punctum? What is the real subject under your language that you need to get at? I didn't realize then what I know now of grief, loss, parenting, all these things that we all know together now, the ways we love and hurt. I didn't know that what Stephen and what Connie were teaching me wasn't just the craft of writing. They were teaching me how to be a full human being, how to try to always be close to who I want to be, not who I am, but who I want to be, and how to do so always towards risk.